Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going through some core stability exercises. So if you want to join me on the mat, we're going to start on our backs and we're going to be doing some bridging exercises and various different bridging exercises. So the first thing we're going to do is actually, let's just activate our core and find where our core is. So we're going to do that using some pelvic tilting movements. So with a pelvic tilt, what I want you to do is have your hips, knees and ankles in alignment with that bent knee position. As you tilt your pelvis is going to be going backwards. So you're going to feel like your lumbar spine is flattened against the mat. So you can feel like your thoracic spine and your lumbar spine is actually pressing. Each vertebrae is pressing against the mat. You'll feel the squeeze of your abdominal muscles here and the squeeze of your glutes there. And then as you bring your pelvis back, you should start to be able to fit a hand through your lower back there. So you'll feel like you've got a natural curvature in your lower back. So I want you just to tilt in a posterior action. So you're tucking your tailbone underneath you, feeling the squeeze of your abdominals, feeling the squeeze of your glutes. Just pausing and holding there and then bringing it back to neutral. So let's just do that one more time. This time, maybe put your hands onto your pelvis and as you tilt back, really feel like that pelvis is coming towards you. So this pubic bone is coming towards you and your pelvis is being tilted backwards, flattening that back onto the mat and then bring it back to neutral. So this time we're going to expand that exercise and taking it up into a bridge. So with the bridge, feet, knees and hips are in alignment. So don't allow your knees to rock in or kind of fall out there. So make sure they stay in alignment. With your feet, push down throughout the whole of the foot as if you're squashing a bunch of grapes into the floor. So imagine you've got some grapes there and you're squashing them down. As you squash down, you'll feel like your legs are engaged. You feel like your muscles are being activated in your legs. You then tilt the pelvis. You get the tuck of the pelvis, feeling the glutes engage and lower abdominals. And then keeping your rib cage down, you then peel your pelvis up first, then your lumbar spine, then your thoracic spine into that top bridge position. And when you're in this top bridge position, shoulders, pelvis, knees should be in alignment. So your pelvis shouldn't be down here, but equally it shouldn't be high up where you bring your thoracic spine up and your pelvis is too high. So you want to have that position where you're in alignment. So you could draw a straight line between your shoulders and your knees. Make sure you keep your rib cage down. If you allow your ribs to flare, it's going to elevate your thoracic spine. So keep your ribs down, keep squeezing through your glutes and your hamstrings. So to get the glutes and hamstrings on, just push through the feet. So you've got that nice, good alignment. Knees are in alignment as well. You're not rolling in or rolling out with your knees as you lift. So you're keeping your knees in alignment. And then when you bring yourself back down, bring your thoracic spine down first, then your lumbar spine, then your pelvis. You're keeping this tuck of your pelvis the whole time until you're all the way back to that first position. So just try that again. Push down through the feet, tuck your pelvis, and then you're peeling yourself up one vertebrae at a time, thinking about that nice alignment. Your pelvis isn't dipping, so your pelvis is level here. Your knees are level, they're not in or out. Push through the feet. Make sure the hamstrings and the glutes are lifting you up. Rib cage is in a nice good position here. As you just hold in that bridge position, then bring yourself all the way back down. Lower your thoracic spine first, then your lumbar spine, then your pelvis, and then let go. So this time we'll go up and we'll just count to 10. So now you know what you're doing. Push through your feet, squash your grapes, tuck your tailbone underneath you, then peel yourself up into that top position Nice good alignment. We'll just hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then control it on the way down. Don't just flop. Bring yourself down with control, nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. Okay, so the next time we'll go up and we're going to do 10 pulses of our pelvis towards the ceiling. So strong through the feet, tuck your tailbone underneath you, so get everything engaged. Peel yourself up one vertebra at a time into that top position, and then you're going to squeeze your glutes even harder to push up for 10, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold. And now come down with control. Thoracic spine down first, then lumbar spine, then your pelvis, and then all the way down. Well done. We're going to do one more of those. So push down through the feet, tilt the pelvis, peel yourself up into the top position. Make sure this is coming from your glutes and your core as you push up for 10. Really clench the glutes. Don't overshoot it. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now peel your thoracic spine down first. So really make sure this is switched on. Don't let all that go. All the way down until you're at the end. Okay, well done. So this time, let's see if you can actually lift a leg when you're in that top position. So starting position, squash through the feet. So you're squashing those grapes. Tucking your pelvis. Then you're peeling yourself up into that nice top position. Now from there, can you actually raise one leg up without dipping your pelvis? Can you keep your pelvis level here? So you really got to squash through those grapes on the foot of the supporting leg. So really squash through. So just have a little practice, one side and then the other. Can you do it and maintain this pelvic position here? So again, make sure that knee is straight. That knee doesn't want to be rolling in or rolling out. So you've still got that nice straight position, shoulder, pelvis and hips, and the pelvis isn't dropped. So you're level here. And you're just trying to see if you can maintain that while swapping from one leg to the other. And as you can see, I've got that alignment. My leg isn't up here, so think about being level with your opposite thigh. So you're just straightening your knee effectively. Last one. And then bring yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Okay, well done. So let's go on to all fours, and we're just going to do some bird dogs. Okay, so before we go into our bird dogs, let's get our core engaged and get our right spinal alignment first. So let's do some cat cows. So with cat cows, your head is coming up and you're sticking your bottom out, and then chin to chest as you tuck your tailbone underneath you. So you're just going from one position to the other. Really feeling like the core's engaged and just mobilising the back. So head is up, tailbone is, so you're sticking out your bottom, and then you're tucking your tailbone underneath you, chin to chest, like an angry cat. So just before we start the bird dogs, just be mindful of, are my wrists underneath my shoulder? So have you got a straight line here, and have you got a straight line from your knee to your hip, or you sort of like that? Okay, so you want to be in a tabletop position when you do this. Your Back as well needs to be in a neutral position. So you don't want to have this kind of really big arch here where you're sinking down and sticking your bottom out. So you want to make sure that you're not either arched in a lordosis or in the opposite direction there. So you've got a nice neutral spine, so a slight curvature. So with bird dogs, you're going to be lifting opposite arm and leg. Now you might want to try just one limb first. So can you raise an arm without your body moving? So is there any movement in your spine at all? So you want to be able to feel like you could, balance a tray of drinks on your back when you're doing this. So can you move an arm? Can you then move a leg? So let's try individual legs and just see, can I move each limb independently without my back moving at all? So what you don't want to do is, you've got this tilting effect. So as you lift, you're tilting your body. Yeah. So as you lift, everything's staying stable. So you haven't got an increased curvature. So you're not sinking that way or you're not tilting that way. So you've got this nice alignment. So when we eventually lift opposite arm and leg, we'll be able to get that nice straight position. So all the way from your wrists, all the way down to your toes, you're working from your glutes and the back of your shoulder. So just try one side first of all. Can you do left leg, right arm and balance? If you're not able to stabilize this, if you're rocking and rolling all over the place, then maybe just try just arms, just one arm and then the other arm. Right, let's try the other side. So if you're doing right leg and left arm, so again, looking for that nice alignment. So head is down if you can, but think about being stable through that core. So you might find that you can stabilize one side, but maybe not stabilize the other. So if that's the case, you've got something to work on. So if you need to, just work on single arms or just work on single legs. Or if you feel ready, then obviously work on arms and legs. But it's all about control and what you can manage, okay? There's no point doing an exercise that's too hard for you. So if you're doing opposite arms and legs, then let's try and do 5 on each side, swapping in between each one, okay? So feel like you're pulling up and in with your pelvic floor, belly button towards your spine. So you're actually engaging your core before you move. So engage the core, lift up and swap. That's 1. And again, lift up, swap sides. 2, and again, lift up, swap sides. 3, and again, lift up, swap sides. 4, last one. And 5, well done. It doesn't matter whether you were doing just arms or just legs, or if you were doing a bit of both. All of that is still working your core. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is use our core muscles now to stabilize in a plank position. So we'll do it on our forearms first of all, and I'll also do it on a full arm. But I want you to be mindful of, again, that alignment. So whether you're on a forearm or your full arm, when you go into the plank, you want to be thinking about having a good alignment between your shoulder, your pelvis, your knees and your ankles. So you don't want to have your bottom up here and you don't want to be sort of sinking there either where you've got too much of a curvature. So try and tuck your tailbone underneath you. So squeeze the glutes, tuck the tailbone, come down into that position and then feel like you're hiding your armpits. So feel like someone's going to come along and tickle you under the armpits and you're just hiding there. Just come out of the position. So it's all about alignment. If you wanted to do that on a full arm, it'd be exactly the same thing. In case you want to have your wrists and shoulders in alignment, you don't have a wide base here. Again, your feet are sort of hip distance apart. And then when you go into a full plank, you're tucking your tailbone underneath you, and then you're coming into that full plank, feeling like somebody's going to tickle you under the armpits and you're hiding your armpits. So you're keeping that nice, good alignment, that nice straight position there, rather than if you let go, can you see how I'm sinking? Or you could be doing a plank with your bottom in the air. So get the tuck of your tailbone, squeeze your glutes, come down into that nice, good alignment position here. So you should feel like the backs of your arms, backs of your shoulder blades are working, your core, your abdominals are working. You should feel on your thighs, your glutes. The most common thing is people let their glutes go and they tend to sink a little bit and use their back extensors. So make sure you've got all of that positioned. And what we'll do, we'll just hold that now for 10 seconds. So just choose which plank you want to do and we'll just count for 10, okay? So now you've had a little go. So we're tucking the tailbone underneath us. We're getting into a nice strong position. Really clench the glutes, squeeze, hide the armpits for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come out. If you felt yourself sort of dipping through that, then, you know, hold it for 3, hold it for 4. Doesn't matter. Just build up to it, okay? It's all about having good form, doing the exercises well, rather than doing something that's a little bit too challenging for you. So give those a try. I will put on more advanced exercises as we develop this channel, but they're a good sort of starting few exercises to do. So yeah, give it a try. Hope you enjoyed that today.